Hey y'all, welcome back. It's been a few days. You know, if you're new here, my name's Sierra Star. I'm an intuitive reader. I tap into the collective's energy and see what messages have to come through. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna tap in to the energy and see what comes through. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get right to it. If the message doesn't fit, don't make it fit. And, use your intuition because you know best, right? Okay. I see nothing. And now I'm seeing a light coming from a darkness. It almost feels like I'm in a cave, but I see a torch, but it doesn't look like orange lighting. It looks like pure white, divine light. And I'm seeing it move closer and closer. I feel like I'm a body, but also not at the same time. And I feel like that's just from the darkness. It almost made me feel like I was nothing. When you're in darkness, makes you maybe lose all senses. It feels like maybe I've been there for a while, And then I see this white light come up and then me morph into the white light. When I'm saying me, by the way, it's showing me this perspective. Like I'm seeing it as a movie, as the character they're showing me. So replace me with you or whatever fits best for you. That way we can just make that clear of how I'm giving the message. And like I said, I just morphed into this white light. And now I'm in a pure white room. Like the way that I was explaining that light, now I'm in a room instead of a dark cave, I'm in a pure white light cave. And it's so quiet, I feel like if you dropped a pen, it could go echo forever. I'm now seeing an angel come down, and this angel is writing. And I'm about to start asking the angel questions, so if you hear me, that's so you guys can hear. Usually I would just ask in my head, but since I'm doing this video, I'll ask out loud. So what are you writing? Why am I here? I'm hearing divine mission. And this angel is just writing fast. What about the divine mission? I feel like this angel kind of has an attitude in a way. It's like, it took the pen and went like that. And then I heard, sorry, we've been busy. And then they're telling me there's a mass activations and people are being aligned with their divine mission. And I'm hearing everybody has their own angel that is working closely with them during this activation of their divine mission. And I'm hearing that they're working overtime because of the dense energy. It's been easy for people to be knocked off alignment So they've been working, they're showing me grabbing somebody by the sweater and like pulling them out in front of a bus. And then I'm hearing usually there's way more angels, but because there is such a mass awakening of activations, that they're more spread out now. So that's why the angels are working almost like overtime, and they're just like, they're explaining it to me as like tax season in a way. Like they love doing it. That's their passion. That's why they incarnated as an angel in this. Like this is that their purpose in a non-earthly way, just to keep it simple. But it's kind of like tax season right now, where everybody's rushing in, paperwork's flying everywhere, getting done. They do it gracefully, but at the same time they still get energetically tired when they're spread out as well. In that what do these activations look like, feel like, and what is somebody experiencing activation? What would that process look like? And then I saw a snap. I saw somebody go like this, and then they're showing me their eyes opening. And then they're showing me someone looking around and seeing everything on fire. And then they're showing me the SpongeBob episodes where he's going through the files looking, and they're freaking out. What's my name? What's my name? What's his name? What's his name? You know, when they're, if you've watched SpongeBob before, you know what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of SpongeBobs running around wondering where they can find that file. And basically they're telling me the outer world is a reflection of the inner world. And it feels like things are coming down crashing. Identity crisis, reality crisis, questioning. And then they're showing me that people are putting on masks, trying to act like they're not going through this because they don't want to feel insane, is the best way they're telling me. And way more people than we think are going through this right now, and that's why a lot of people are being activated, so they can start speaking truth of these activation and feelings. That way we can start having unity and allowing people to realize that they aren't going in crazy. And the reason why the inner world feels like it's on fire, same with the outer world, is because people are realizing they've been running on programs, and that the programs they've been running on was never actually who they were. It was who they were taught to be. And that's why they're like, what's my name? Like on the SpongeBob episode, going through the files, what's my name? What's my name? What's a name? And then I got tingles all at the top of my head. I feel so overwhelmed. And my back hurts, the middle of my back. And then I heard ground, and then they showed me people anchoring into Mother Earth energetically. And then bringing this information up forward, integrating their truth by reconnecting with Mother Earth and her spirit. But this is lost ancient wisdom. And then they're telling me the bold are the ones that are going to be moving forward with this ancient wisdom to reactivate people into their soul's truth, because this has always been information that we have always known but has been lost along the way, and that this gift is for everybody. This gift is for everybody. And it's the way you can activate and realign with your soul's truth. But how do you do better if you don't know better? And then I'm being told there's a big wave of beings that have incarnated multiple times that know how to hold this information and honor it, and give this information in ways that other people can connect with, no matter what their beliefs are. With no judgment. Sorry, I just bit my tongue. And the reason why it's important that the people with no judgment are being activated through this is because people have their own path with the divine, and it's very essential for them to stay neutral. That way the information is granted to everybody instead of just this divided nation that we've kind of been under. So the people that are being activated are the ones that are being activated with this ancient wisdoms are the ones, sorry, ground, graceful, with ease. That was me just saying that's what I need to slow down, you know. But this information, this DNA, these light codes that are churning on is very powerful information, and if it's put into the wrong hands with ego, I'm hearing it could be detrimental and one-sided and cause actually more division. And jumping into the new earth, that's what no longer resonates. Mother Earth has went through a huge transformation along with all of us. All of these natural disasters, these events that have been happening, as we are healing internally, she is also healing, and we are quantum jumping. They're showing me sorry, I had to make sure it was still recording. They're showing me portals in Earth, just like jumping through these portals. So there's just, these portals, and they're showing me her just like, and they are telling me that Earth is a she is a motherly, it's a feminine energy, and she's just transforming. Each time she goes into these, we've hit a planetary alignment where these jumps were perfectly aligned, where we went into one, out to another one, and then as soon as like she starts to get comfortable, there's another one where it's just showing that she went through multiple of these, and that's what the ruckus and the shakeup was. And then around the cosmos, I'm seeing angels and other beings just clapping. And then I'm hearing this is the transformation they've been waiting for Mother Earth to take place for eons. What is going to happen when we start to settle in with these? Are we done doing the leaps, the portals? I'm hearing that we have one more pretty big portal to jump through. But because we've already experienced the past shakeups, that this will feel, it won't feel like a big one just because of the past that we've experienced, that we're almost like immune to the shakeup. It'll feel like a little pinch, you know. The best way they're explaining it is kind of like, it's almost better when you don't know, but it's good to know at the same time, because when you know, you're aware of why you might be feeling these energetic bombs, the way, like, not in such a negative way, but yes, like, it's just an emotional bomb when we go through these transformations, and we all feel it. It's just kind of one of those things where they're just like showing me a situation with me. Okay, so I was on a plane one time and there was a lot of turbulence happening, a lot. And I was looking around and I was like, why is nobody talking about this? Are we okay? And that's the example they gave me. It's like people know, like they feel it, but they're thinking that something's maybe going on with them, which kind of goes back to the message we were saying from the beginning of why we need these truth speakers coming forward, because a lot of people are internally taking this in and taking this on. And as we learn to step forward with our truth, this will also allow these people, they're showing me a bird in a cage and opening the cage and allowing them to free to fly. And then they're telling me Earth has never went through such a transformative period before. Like they said that this has been a transformation that's been waiting for eons. And they're bringing up how I have been lightly speaking on this, but it's definitely no light messages that are coming through, because this is, I've mentioned before in my other messages that we are so lucky to be here during this time, because this is just something that has been, when we come down here, we forget what we signed up to come experience here. And that's part of the gold and why Earth is so beautiful, because when we're up in the ethers, we know our divinity, we know our connection with Source and the beauty of it all. But when we come down here, we forget. And to remember that divinity, and sometimes it takes lifetimes after lifetimes, but they're showing me Earth has been so disconnected from that it's almost been nearly like, not impossible, but they're showing me a little like grain of salt and saying basically that's what we've been settling for, is just like a little grain of salt of divinity. And remembering that within us. And they're showing me just like a candle kind of like barely flickering, but they said after these portals, zoom, 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 you know, they're showing me the light getting brighter, 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 brighter. But as we're going through these, you know, it's like, so they're showing me the candle like barely hanging on, just flinging around, but it's like getting bigger because of the air. But it's like, it's a shake-up for sure. It's a shake-up for sure. And because of this transformation, they're telling me I can't expose too much. This is why I'm getting these messages in little blips and going a little bit deeper each time, right? We have never experienced anything like this before. So what is to come is almost something that we won't even be able to grasp completely yet. And that's the importance of grounding into who you really are and remembering your soul truth, so you can be grounded into this new reality, because it will be changing fast. It will be nothing we've ever experienced before. It's almost even too much for your human mind to comprehend right now. And then they're just showing me basically, like way back in the times, you know, they used to go to the bathroom outside. They had those sheds, little porta potties that they had to go to. You know, in a world like what we live right now, you know, we're blessed enough where we never had to do that. Like in the wintertime, they had to go out and go to the bathroom and maybe find a coyote or something, you know, like we don't do that. We have the luxury of being able to go in our house. We have the luxury of being able to have friends across the world and being able to FaceTime them. Do you understand how crazy of an idea that is? We can start a business from our phone. And they said this next transition is going to be unthabitable. Can I even speak? Not even imaginable of a difference beyond that, of an upgrade. Because we have actually been doing the work. The souls that came down here during this time, I just got goosebumps a lot. The souls that came down here this time are so beyond powerful. They decided to come down here through one of the darkest periods to slowly, like I said, they didn't remember when they came down here. They didn't remember, but they are such strong souls that have came and done this time and time again, that they knew with confidence. They went over their contracts. They saw what they were going to experience here, and they still had the courage to come down in actually excitement. Most people would look at that contract and be like, hell no. But these souls were so courageous. They're like, oh yeah, that's, put it in the bag, babe. I already got it. Boxed it up. It looks like a nice little wrapped gift, you know? No problem, no problem. So, bunch of souls signed up, did that shit, made it look like light work, you know? Light work, light workers came down here, started passing on the light. And to experience such light, you also have to experience such dark. To hold such light, you also have to experience the opposite, because we live in a world of duality. And to be able to experience that and transmute that light, bring forward that light, is to integrate the darkness. So when you feel your power kicking in and it might intimidate you, remember who you actually are and what you came here to be, because you're a truth speaker. You've done this time and time again, and you're here through one of the most powerful times. And to step forward is to step forward with honor, to help activate and light the way for others, not in a way of, oh, you're doing this right, you're doing this wrong, but more of a neutral standpoint of speaking your truth, walking your divinity, and holding the light. They're bringing me back to the light that I saw at the beginning. Holding your light, oh, I got chills all over my body. Holding your light in the dark cave, showing that courage of seeing darkness all around you, but still choosing the divinity of that little light spark, and showing when you just had that little piece of light and you decide to follow it, it turns into a whole. Remember, they showed me a whole from a dark cave to angelic light cave. The transformation just from that small little light that you decided to go and jump into, that transformed you into a whole different room and a whole different reality, that is available for everybody. But until people start speaking their truth on how they got there, without preaching, just speaking their truth, just honoring their path, and it's that easy. It's that easy. And that's who we are. The way showers. The light in the dark cave. The remembrance of connecting with Spirit of Mother Earth, honoring source energy, honoring, it doesn't matter what they believe in, but whatever they believe in, honor it, and reconnecting with it. And that will look different for every person, but the second they realign with that is the second they set themselves free, and they're showing me a birdcage once again. We no longer live in that time. We've already made the transitions. Yes, we might have a couple more transitions ready to go, but heaven on earth is here right now. And even when you're experiencing darkness, just remember that that is leading you to the transformation into the lightness. As you release these shackles, these limiting beliefs, these negative self-talk programs and ways of living, it's honoring the fact that that is not who you are or who you're becoming, and setting yourself free from that and moving forward with honor, light, true speaking, and still choosing the light after all of that. And you are one of those people, and that is why you're so honorable, and that's why you hold this power within. And I don't even feel like I have to talk about ego with this group, because you've already experienced so much darkness that you've been humbled enough that you don't. We all have ego. We all have ego. but to what extent? What's your intentions? Because I'm pretty sure if you've done this work, if you sat with this darkness, you're humbled enough that you know how to use your power wisely. And then the angel just whispered in my ear, and gracefully. And then I heard, we believe in you and you're already doing it. We're already here. It already is. You already are. You have the universe within you. Remember that. Honor that. And own that. To remember that in this lifetime is so beautiful. And not many get to experience that. So use that power. It's a gift. Why would you be given something to not move forward with it? To have that amount of power, to do that type of work, and then to not own the fact that you can create anything you want because you're connected to that divinity is insane. Don't hide that. Don't leave it in the shadows. Don't be scared of it. It's beautiful. And we're proud of you. And I'm hearing that's it. And then I'm just seeing just the angels and just the beings of light and just the cosmos that have been rooting for us as this transformation moves forward. Just so much loving support and guidance, and they just are blown away with the team that has came down here and decided to help Mother Earth with this transformation, because we all need each other. We are all just as useful. We are all just as powerful. All of us. There's no levels of, oh, I'm above them, they're below me. No. We all serve a divine purpose, every single one of us. But this group already knows that. And that's why the activations are there, you know? So that's all I have to say. Beautiful message. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Oh, I want to cry. Thank you. What? That was... Wow. I love that. Yeah. I've been going through some transitions myself, and I was getting a little worried because when I was doing my readings, trying to come do my readings, it felt like I was almost like blocked, and I feel like it was because I was like, you know, moving through some pretty intense things and hard decisions and blah blah blah, you know, earthly things, part of our evolution, and we all go through it. So I was trying to honor it, but like I was really scared that like for a second I wasn't able to tap in anymore, you know, but I had to tell myself that fear is an illusion and that I'm capable, and just being able to, after not for a couple days being able to tap in and then to be able to read something so powerful and beautiful was amazing. So thank you. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you have a beautiful, blessed Monday. And don't forget this message all week, because what? Anyways, my loves, it's gonna be a good day. Aw, thank you. Again, okay, I'm done. Love you. Bye.